All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about this fight. Artur Beterbiev, the reigning unified light heavyweight champion, fighting Callum Smith. All right, decent fight. Beterbiev undefeated. Obviously, he's knocked out everybody he's fought. Was he 20-0, 21-0, something like that? All knockouts. Savage man. Brutal fight for Callum Smith, to be honest with you. You know, Beterbiev just comes forward and he's got that boxing ability too. He's got the amateur background, but he's getting a lot smarter, and he's just coming to break you down. Basically, against you know, there was a lot of questions whether about his age. Obviously, he's getting up there. He might be 38, and people suggest maybe obviously when you get old overnight. But the fact that he takes such good care of himself. And he's incredibly disciplined. Doesn't go out, drink or party. He's constantly in the gym. Takes care of his health, and that's very important in boxing. And it will help you get the extra few years at the back end of your career, really, to still perform well at a very high level. When you do that, it's the longevity thing. You look at somebody like Tyson Fury, who hasn't done that, and he didn't pay the price because he still got the victory, but you know what I mean. You've got to be sharp. There's a saying that I picked up recently. It's like you go to the gym to get sharp, not to get in shape. You don't go to the gym to get in shape. You go to the gym to get sharp, and that's what Beterbiev does. Now, there was just this thing that popped up with his adverse finding, or whatever it was. I think he's still passed these tests or whatever. I don't really fully understand the story, but Eddie Hearn's making a bit of a fuss about it, rightfully so. He's the promoter, he wants to know why. So maybe we'll get some answers as to what that was all about. Some spike in some sort of adverse finding in his body back in December, because this is a rescheduled fight. I'd actually made a video about this already a few months back, and the biggest thing I was talking about, what Callum Smith can't do, which he did in the Canelo fight, is back up against the ropes and just shell up like that, because, well, three reasons really. Two really. One, Beterbiev thrives off of that. Okay, he's an absolute animal, and I mentioned this in that video. He's an animal at peeling back the guard. When you've got a high guard like that, whether he peels it back or not, he surgically finds ways through. Look at that Yard. I used that Yard moment as a clip in the 5th round, where he was able to get Yard on the ropes. And Yard, to be fair to him, was covering up nicely, tight like that, strong, and he just rips to the side, comes up the middle with uppercuts, round with hooks, and he kind of, that was the beginning of the end for Yard, I thought. On the Yard fight, a lot of people would questioning whether Beterbiev was old, and maybe Yard made him look. I don't think so. I just think he was dealing with a younger, athletic, powerful, flashy guy. And Yard's gonna do that to anybody, I think. Do you know what I mean? And Beterbiev, I think, if anything, it just shows how smart he is, because there were moments where he did back off and people were like, oh, he might be hurt. Maybe he was, but he understood it's a 12-round fight, and he understood that his time was going to come. I've referred to him, Subra Matias and David Benavidez, as you're in their spider's web, right? You're in their nest, and they're a poisonous spider, and you're just like an insect with a little bit of poison. But my point is, they just come and they take their time, and they know they've got you already. Your starting point is in their web, and they just systematically poison you and break you down and beat you up. And that's exactly what I think Beterbiev's going to do. Does Callum Smith have a chance? Absolutely. And the main thing he should have focused on is not getting on the ropes. Let me get back to that, because Beterbiev will dismantle that high guard, and he'll get excited and he'll thrive off it. Okay, so two, when Smith does it, if you notice, I'll leave the link for that video, because it talks about it in more detail. He's leaning back when he's doing it. Okay, when you're leaning back like that, and his long body is a bit more exposed, but you also can't punch. Right, when you're leaning back like that, and the trajectory of his legs, you can't punch, so you can't defend yourself, you can't grapple, you can't do anything. So he's like, if he does do that, which he definitely will, like, the only option for me is to You got to duck underneath and clinch him. You have to, because like I said, you can't. Well, you could try to catch him with a left hook coming in. Callum Smith's best punch is a left hook. He's got a very good jab, and Buddy McGirt's been getting him to, you know, think his way through fights. At least when I watch a lot of the training footage, it's quite interesting and knowledgeable, some of the information. But that's in a situation where you can afford the ability to just sit there and box with somebody. Beterbiev won't do that for too long. He's going to press you. He wants to step in and, you know, like, back you up into the ropes eventually. He's a bit more systematic now. But that's his goal. He's not just going to sit there and jab with you. They've both got good jabs, but Beterbiev is going to try to back you up and get you on those ropes and then just bully you, maul you, basically, with these just mauling, clubbing like shots that are so powerful. They're so powerful. He's the strongest guy probably in boxing. And look, he's just got a massive pedigree as well. He can box off the back foot. We've seen that. You can hurt him, he'll still get up. He can maul you. He can come off the front foot. It's that Olympic pedigree he's got, you know. But with age, he's also getting smarter, and that is dangerous, because that's the most important thing to win fights, is your IQ. So, Callum Smith, right? I was mentioning he's got a good left hook. He's got a good jab, but one of his best, if not his best attribute, I think, is his catch and shoot, which is his left hook. Now, well, typically. Now, for those of you who don't know what a catch and shoot is, it's like when your opponent shoots a shot, you block it, right? And then you catch their shot here, and as you're catching it, as soon as you feel impact there, their hand is not on their chin, right? Because it's here, and then you got an opportunity to reel off an open shot, technically. Xander Zayas does it amazing. You can do it anywhere. I could catch here, come in with the right hand. I could catch here, uppercut, and shoot an uppercut in. But the problem with catching and shooting against Beterbiev is his power. When you're dealing with someone that's so powerful, and if Beterbiev does throw a right hand like that and Smith's trying to catch and shoot, I doubt he's going to be able to. Because it's going to be, the force is just going to make, like, you have to be strong to catch and shoot. You know, you have to get the timing right like that, but the power coming in, if the force is too much, it's going to completely offset the catch and shoot, which might take away one of Smith's best opportunities. So, is he going to be able to box and stay on the range and not get drawn into a fight or not get pushed on the back of the ropes? I doubt it. Is he going to want to sell out? I doubt it. So, could he catch Beterbiev with something? Yeah. Could he control him early on? Yeah, but we know Beterbiev's not interested in the early on, really. I must say that, he obviously is, but his goal is to tire you out and systematically break you down, which he does, and he has done in every single fight to every single fighter. Basically, everybody he's done that to, that's come in with a game plan, he's done it to. I'd love to see Callum Smith try to win, because he didn't try to win in the Canelo fight, you know. That's all I want to see. You know, if he goes out, you lose. But don't. To me, a moral victory is worse, to be honest with you, because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing there? Why would you do that? Obviously, I don't know. I'm not the one in there, but it's disappointing when fighters would rather go 12 than rather sell out and try to actually just, you know, let it hang out. And I just hope he doesn't do that Saturday. I hope he does try to hang out, at least come with a good game plan. I'm sure they're going to be trying to box a little bit and try to keep away from the ropes. If they've done their homework, they will know that he is just a savage when it comes to getting fighters on the ropes. And like I said, Callum Smith was doing it a lot, and Canelo, as good as he is, he's he's less mauling, more precise with his punches, and you know, but Beterbiev will get close up to you, and like I said, he'll just start peeling back your guard and whacking you everywhere, and surgically finding a home for those brutal shots. Side to the belly, uppercut like he did with Yard. I expect him to do that, or around the side. He'll do it with the left and here, and then he'll club you with his overhand right. Yeah, Smith's got to get his clinch game going. All right, he has to get clinching. If he's in that situation, you've got to hold, and even if you're not going to be able to contain Beterbiev, you know, who can? At least you try and slow him down and just turn him if you have to. Get back on your jab, do something. Don't just sit there. You'll be a sitting duck. So those are my thoughts. I wish both these guys well. I hope they come out the ring healthy. Do you know what I mean? I would love to see Callum Smith win. You know, I'm an Englishman, so I'd love to see him win. But I'm also a very biased, unbiased. I was going to say very biased channel. I'm not. I'm the opposite. Very unbiased. I just try to, you know, what I see is what I think I'll say, you know. And I think Beterbiev is going to be too much for Smith, despite his age. He's too much experience. He's too strong. He's too powerful, and he's too skillful. You know what he does is very skillful, and he's still got the desire to get in there and bash you up, being in harm's way. But there is a left hook there for sure for Callum Smith, even if it's on the ropes. Even if he's here for a moment like that, I'd love to see him just throwing a little hook. Yard had opportunities, but Yard's left hook is only good in certain spots. I've spoken about that in the past. It's not very good when he's on the back foot, and he's not very good when he's like, it's patchy, and it's very good sometimes. But I'd love to see him develop that. But Callum Smith, there is a little sneaky shot for a left hook there if he's getting backed up. I'd love to see him getting in his jab, but we'll see if he's able to catch and shoot as well. I don't think he will be, but other than that, it's going to be like fighting a real bear. You know that scene in The Revenant where Leonardo DiCaprio just fights a bear? That's probably what it's like to fight Beterbiev. Anyway, I hope you guys are well. Thanks a lot. Peace and love. Thanks to the subscribers. And if you are new, hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and hit the like button. It's got to come from here every single time. Boxing on the edge. Take care of yourself.